Hello everybody and welcome to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. My name is Mike DeMaro and today's episode is going to be talking about volunteers and how to volunteer and the ways volunteering is good for you and volunteering in general. Anyways, volunteering is a great thing to do in this community, in this world, no matter where you are. Volunteering gives you the ability to meet new friends and to work for a common cause, and for some cases a great cause to work for. Now, you noticed me in the past year going to like 5 walks and volunteering at 4 of them and being on the committee for 1 of them, and then this year I'm on the committee for 2 of them. So, and I already did a walk this year in West Palm Beach, and I did the Sabbath race up in Claremont last week. So, and then I also volunteer at the annual Springfield RV Camping and Outdoor Show in Massachusetts every year for my camping club. So, anyways, volunteering is a great experience, but sometimes it depends on what shifts are and how long the shifts are, and depends on how things work out. When you're a volunteer, you can pretty much take it easy on the job. Let's put it that way. Because you don't get paid for it, first of all. Second of all, they're not so hard on you, you know, like your normal paying job. But the experience with the volunteer jobs is greater than the experience that you might get when you have a job, your normal paying job. I know that volunteering can be good. I know some schools and some colleges you have to do community service, and I know courts might order you to do that too if you get into trouble with the law, and instead of jail time or instead of probation time, they might sentence you to like 100 hours community service and all that, whatever. Now, volunteering at events is a great satisfaction, because like I said earlier, you get to meet new people that share the same cause as you, and you get to meet new friends. Look at all the friends I met on Facebook thanks to Odds and Speaks. I have almost everybody on my Facebook as friends with the committee on the Orlando Walk. And then I have some friends that were on the Tampa Walk committee as my friends on Facebook. And then you have the people that did the West Palm Beach Walk as my friends on Facebook. Then you have the people that did the Daytona Walk, or Port Orange, Volusia County Walk, as friends on my Facebook. And then you have people that did the Estero Walk, Fort Myers Walk, Southwest Florida, as friends on my Facebook too. Now, it's a great way to market out there. You know, I volunteer at the events, at the walks, because I want to help market awareness for autism and Asperger's. That's why I do it. You know, people might do it for a similar reason, because their child is on the spectrum, or they know someone whose child's on the spectrum, and they might know an adult that's on the spectrum. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of reasons why people join the committees for walks and volunteer for walks and runs and races and do all the community services. Now, I know some people who are on the autism spectrum and who are Aspergers also that might not feel comfortable at volunteering, but at the same time, if you want to do it, you got to have a lot of people skills. You got to build people skills in order to be a volunteer. I know that might be crazy for me to say that, but it is the truth, because you got to have the skills. You have to handle pressure. You have to handle people. I know there are some volunteer positions that you might not get a chance to deal with people. Most of them are. So, like for example, where I work, when I do the walks, I do registration, or I hand out t-shirts. Now those require people, alright? Those require people skills, because you have to deal with the people. It's like you have to deal with the people like, oh, why don't I get a shirt? Why do they get a shirt and I don't? And you have to tell them that the reason why they get a shirt and you don't, and you have to tell them you have to have a ticket, or you have to raise a certain amount of money in order to get a t-shirt, you know what I mean? Now, Autism Speaks, their walks, you have to raise $150 or more to receive a t-shirt. That's all the walks that I know of. But, yeah. Anyways, volunteering is a great pleasure, you know. I know I do a justice to the community by being a volunteer. I get to meet other people in the community that share the same cause, you know. But you have to have the good people skills. You have to have the good marketing skills, because you never know. You could get a full-time job with the organization if you do a real good job. You know what I mean? So, if you do that, then you can put the skills anywhere, and hey, they might like you. They might say, hey, can we see your resume, please? Or can you fax me a resume, or email me a resume, or give them a phone call, you know? Because they might offer you a job. Well, I'm hoping that one of the days that'll happen to me. The Autism Speaks will see how hard I'm working, and they'll ask me to call them and ask to schedule an interview, or email them a resume, or fax them a resume to them, you know? Or apply online. And that's one of the reasons why I want to apply for the walk director job that they have offered in the Orlando area, that does all the walks in North Florida and Central Florida, because I have been to the walks and I know what they expect, you know. I want a chance to show myself out there. I want a chance to prove myself out there to the community and to the world that I'm a great hard worker and I can get the job done. You know? I'm a great volunteer. And you probably heard from my past videos that of my experiences. You know? I know that you probably hear the autism spectrum side of me, like the awareness and the advocacy, you know, but you got to pay attention to more than just that, you know. You probably see me working at Disney, and you probably see me not enjoying my job there. That is true to an extent, because I'll tell you what the difference is when dealing with people with my job at Disney and the experiences that I have working with Autism Speaks. Now, I tend to get along with people more by being a volunteer and working at like Autism Speaks than I do working with the people that I work with at Disney. Even though I might see the people more that I work with at Disney than I do with Autism Speaks, you know, even though I might see them more, I feel comfortable working with the people that I work with at Autism Speaks than I do at Disney. Because of the fact that we all share a common goal. Well, I know we share a common goal at Disney too, but you're not a whole lot of pressure, you know? Because when you have the job, the paying job, you risk, well, you don't really risk, but you get, if there's a chance that you might lose it, then you might not get paid, you know? You might get fired, you know? And that's not good. That's not a good feeling. Whereas, if you're a volunteer, they want you to stay and help them out as much as you can, but you don't feel the pressure because you are just a volunteer, you know? And I'll tell you something else too. I don't just volunteer at Autism Speaks. I don't just volunteer for them at events like the Savage Race in Claremont or any of the other events. I might consider doing more walk events in the Orlando area and volunteer for them too, you know? But we'll see on that. Anyways, I also volunteer yearly at the Springfield RV Camping and Outdoor Show in Massachusetts. Now that's a little different because you have 2-hour shifts over with them, you know? It's like you work 2 hours and then you get a break, if you want it. Or I know some people that sign up for 2 shifts in a row and work 4 hours. I don't do that because I feel stressed out if I did that. Even though I did work like a 5-hour shift over at this Savage Race in Claremont. I've worked 5 straight hours there. Anyways, when I work at the RV show, I feel calm and less stressed, you know? And they don't worry about you so much, you know? And everybody knows you. You know, I work, it's for the camping club, so it's a good cause to create and produce the largest show in New England and the best show in New England, you know? But us volunteers, we all help each other out to do that. And there are times where I feel like I'm not working, but I work hard. I also take the pictures, and I'm also the photographer of the Springfield RV Camping and Outdoor Show, so you'll see me around with the camera at the show, you know, or my phone will do the pictures, you know what I mean? But anyways, when I work there, I don't feel a lot of stress because I do know everybody, and I do get basically the same job over and over again, and I feel comfortable with that, you know, and I get to say hi to all my friends and family and talk to them. I feel less pressured that way because, you know, when I work at Disney, they're gonna be like, they're trying to have you not talk so much to the other coworkers or cast members, as they like to call them. You don't, they feel pressured that if you talk to the cast, the other cast members, that you won't get your job done and whatever. And pretty much is you have to talk to the guest, you know? It's like the guest want to talk to you know? Or you want to talk to the guest instead of just talking to the other cast members, you know? I like to talk to the other cast members, and sometimes I feel pressured by talking to the guest, you know? That's another comparison of between working as a volunteer and working as a regular person in a regular job. But I feel that working as a volunteer is okay too, But I feel that one of these days, I wish I got paid for it, you know? I do want to have a job that I want to get paid for, and that's why I applied for Autism Speaks, for their walk director job for the North and Central Florida areas. Because I feel that I can prove myself out there, and I also feel that I can prove to the other people that I can get the job done. I can talk to the people, try to get partnerships going, and be successful in that. You know, like for example, our team did the Chili's Give Back Night at the Four Corners in Claremont back on the 29th of February. Even though we only raised $350 and $50 is going back to Autism Speaks, I feel that it was very successful. Even though my goal was 60 to 100, even though that was our goal, I am very happy that we got $50 from it, you know? I feel very happy. And then in April, on April 2nd, World Autism Awareness Day, by the way, we're having another one in West Springfield, Massachusetts, near my hometown. And that one's going to be all day long, from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Riverdale Street in West Springfield. So if you're up in that area, make sure you stop by and have some Chili's and support Autism Speaks at the same time. April 24th, there's going to be a give back night in Altamont Springs at their location. So hopefully, if you're going to the Chili's in Altamont Springs, you'll want to make sure to bring that flyer with you so you can donate 10% of your bill to Autism Speaks. You know, I feel that if we get enough of these Chili's, they'll do the give back nights. Maybe it'll be a huge success that one of these days, and I'm going to try to work on it, that every single Chili's will do a give back night for Autism Speaks on April 2nd, you know? April 2nd every year. Let's have the Chili's do them, you know? I'm real happy that we have the give back nights for the Chili's, you know? In the partnerships that I have created with Chili's, you know, that's what I want to prove out there by wanting this walk director's job. You know, I can create the partnerships, the successful partnerships, and we can do good things for the community, you know? Or I can do good things for the community. And even if I don't get the walk director job, I hope that they let me have another job someplace else, you know? Doesn't matter where, but I hope they let me have another job that I can get paid for and make it my career. You know, I want to be a spokesperson for Autism Speaks, but, you know, I do want that job, and it's real hard because the economy. But yet you have these people that are willing to talk about Autism Speaks and autism and Asperger's and everything else in the spectrum, you know? And it's not just children that have it. It's us adults that have it too, and they need to understand that you need to have more services for adults. You need to have more adults that are on the spectrum speaking at events like kickoff parties and walks and award ceremonies. And I don't mind traveling across the country if you'll pay me, if I'll have a career in that. You know, I really want to have a career in Autism Speaks where I can prove to people that I was a volunteer with Autism Speaks and now I'm a spokesperson for Autism Speaks, you know? It's one of the other reasons why I did these episodes of My Life with Asperger's, because I want to prove to the world that even though I have Asperger's, I can tell you how things are and how I live my life every single day with Asperger's and what are the signs, and teach you guys about Asperger's and the situations and issues that come up with it. You know, I don't just do these videos for fun. I know the videos, I'm not getting that much views on them, but you need to help me spread them out to your friends and family and other people, and they'll watch them too. I guarantee you that. You know, I really love doing these videos, so I hope you guys will spread the word, especially about volunteering. Volunteering is important, you know, and also spread the word about these videos, of course. I'm going to close that on this episode. Thank you for hearing me out. Thank you for hearing me about talking about volunteers and how important it is to volunteer in the community, and how people with autism and Asperger's and help spread the word of it, and how they help volunteer at activities like walks and all the other stuff. So I thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in another episode of My Life with Asperger's.